guys, so welcome back. I'm Rachel O'Leary, and today we're out at the greenhouse. I'm getting ready to move these plants out to my outdoor tubs. I'm just going to take this opportunity to fertilize my lilies. I just stick a root tab along the side of each pot, pushing it well below the surface because I want it to feed the plant, not the water column. And I do this about every 3 weeks throughout the season, and this ensures that they flower. So I'll do that with every tub of lily in the greenhouse, making sure again to cover it well. Again, so we don't increase the amount of algae. And that's all there is to it. Now some of the larger ones I might put 2 in. Again, trying to keep it away from the roots of the plant. So we're going to move these out to the other bins, and then we'll come in and do a quick update in here. So things got a little chilly out here for a few days, so I moved out my fish room heater just to try and keep things a bit more stable in the tubs. Everything did pretty well. All the shrimp are still visible in the tubs. Just yellows right there. It's a male and a female, so I know that there's a good shot of getting fry in here. This is the blue shrimp, which I've seen quite a lot of, though of course I'm not seeing them right now. And then cherry shrimp in there. I did see some pygmy sunfish earlier today. Again, in most of these tubs, it's going to be near impossible to see fish until they're in great numbers, but that's totally fine with me at any rate. The CPDs are in here. You can see some swimming right underneath that bucket handle, maybe. I can see them. I need to get a polarizing lens for you guys so that you can see into these tubs. This is the Danio tinwini. No, this is the least killies. My mistake. Least killies are in here. I saw them all this morning schooling around. And then over here is the Danio tinwini. Now I still have the end tub, this tub, and this tub that are totally empty, as well as 3 on this side that I still need to fill, but I have to run air to that side. It just may not happen. And then today I got these guys going. Now I won't be able to move fish out here until after Mother's Day at the very earliest, but for now I can let the lilies settle in. And these were lilies that were in the greenhouse, and I just moved them out here. I showed you guys fertilizing them, and I dropped a few floating plants in each of these tubs. There's 4 different lilies in this one. Normally I hang marginals along the edges of these. I just don't think I'm going to get to it this year. And then another lily in there. And today I'm going to take some of my plants from all around and sort of get things situated so that it looks nice for while I'm out. Less work for my family if everything's consolidated as well. Let's take a quick look at the bog and succulent garden. Really happy with this succulent garden. I think it looks great, and I can't wait to see it grow in. The bog garden's taken its time. My chickens got into it yesterday and dug a bunch of plants up, so I had to replant. Hopefully that won't impact them too harshly. I'm starting to see more new growth on a lot of them. There's a few that are still kind of iffy. And then I still have these guys to do something with, and they're doing really well. So that tells me that the bog needs a bit more water, so I'm going to water it a bit heavier. So shortly here I'll be moving out the last of the fish to go into the greenhouse for now, at least until, or at least before my operation. So stay tuned for that video. Let's take a look outside real quick. It's a bit windy today. Ooh, my goodness. It almost pulled me over. At my, let's check out my temporary solution here for rainwater collection. Well, this is more permanent. So the greenhouse has these gutters with downspouts. The one down there is plugged off, and the one here has a hose that goes to this big water container. And then we have a large pump that we can put into it to then pump it to the bins or wherever I need it. And just for right now, I have this tubing hooked to this end to collect more rainwater here, and that's simply to have closer to the bog garden until I figure out a final strategy for keeping that watered. I have considered plugging this end and then running a tube directly from this downspout to the bog garden, but I haven't had time to figure out exactly how to prevent the bog garden from getting too full. So right now that's on hold. I've been watering it about every other day, and it's doing all right. I'm having issues with songbirds getting in there and stealing my sphagnum. The succulent garden's doing great. My friend Ricky bought me some plants and had them shipped to the house. So I have to add those hopefully today or tomorrow. And then this is basically done. And then I still have to decide with these two large carnivorous plants if I'm going to pot them into that, but I haven't gotten around to making my potting mix. So we're in a holding pattern there. I hope to accomplish a lot this week. I will move fish out to these bins after my surgery, probably the first week of June, just because I'm concerned that it's going to be a bit too cold to move them out now. Now the forecast looks really good, but we've all seen how wonky my weather can be. So I'm just going to take my time getting fish out here. I'd rather have them do well. But you can see the lilies from being fertilized, throwing out tons and tons of new pads, all the way up to the surface already, despite being kept in shallow tubs or shallow bins before that. So I would expect to start seeing flowers on these guys as soon as the weather gets a bit warmer. So the plan is to finish breaking down parts of the fish room. I'm not taking you guys down there today. It is entirely too messy. I have things pulled apart everywhere. But I hope to, at the very least, to continue to put out my Sunday and Tuesday videos for you guys. I'm working really hard to get a bunch done so that you don't have any interruption in content and what's been interesting around here. So yeah, stay tuned, and depending on how I'm feeling after surgery, which is next Tuesday, will determine if I do any Thursday videos or not. We'll just have to wait and see together. Thanks as always for your guys' continued support.